this evening. There are three ways, ladies and gentlemen, that you're able to bid here this evening. Option number one, if you can bid like you would as if you were bidding on the street. So you can put your hand up and yell out your bid. We will see you and we will hear you. And of course, we'll be able to take the bid like you would if you were bidding at an on-site auction. For you to be able to do that, of course, you must have your camera and your microphone turned on. So just hover your mouse down at the bottom center. You'll see the little camera and the little microphone icon. Make sure that they're not red, that they are turned on. Otherwise, we won't be able to see you. We won't be able to hear you. The second option, ladies and gentlemen, is I know that some bidders are on the phone with some of the staff out the back here at Ray White Ringwood, so you can tell the agent your bid and they can bid on your behalf. And the third option, ladies and gentlemen, which is probably the option that I would suggest, it does seem to work well with these online auctions, we've been doing these for quite some time now, is if you go down to the bottom right of your screen, you'll see the two little people and the number 21. There's 21 people on the meeting. Next to that is what looks like a page or a speech bubble. That is the chat function or in-call messages in tonight's meetings. What you're able to do is you can type your bid into the chat function. It'll pop up on my screen. Just bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that my job here this evening as your auctioneer is to help guide you where you need to be. So keep an ear out, and I'll let you know if we're taking that increment or if we're seeking another amount. And good luck with the bidding here this evening. The first option that we have up for your bidding tonight is apartment 102/5 Sherbrooke Avenue, right smack bang in the heart of Ringwood. We do call for a 10% deposit upon signing of the contract, with the balance to be paid at settlement in 30 to 60 days' time. Cam has let me know some parties have sought variations. Those variations have been approved, so bid with confidence. One of the conditions of this auction is that we will be offering you to be able to bid subject to finance. That has been spoken to and confirmed with the vendors. So bid with confidence, knowing the vendors have done everything that they can do, make it as simple for you to bid and buy here this evening. And what a wonderful apartment. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car spot, timber floors throughout, the nice modern kitchen, stone benchtops, SMIC appliances, lift access in the building. In the middle of it all, you've got Eastland, literally across the road, train station, parks, Mullen Creek, ease of access, of course, on Eastlink into the city or down to the beach. It's a wonderful location, as evidenced by how much interest Cam has had in the property. So I'll throw it over to you on behalf of Cam Bailey, James Gravac, the marketing agents, opening bidder offer here. What's it worth? Where do we start? We can start anywhere you like. It doesn't matter where we start, doesn't matter. It's the last number, where we finish. That's the one that they're going to write in the paper on Sunday. Where do we go? Opening bidder offer, do not mind. Yell out the number. I'll do the rest. Where do we start? Happy to start it. There we go. AM9, and good luck with the bidding at 440 there. At 440 to the bid. Good luck. Let's take 10s in time. At 440 to the bid. Now 50 we go. 440 I had with the starter. At $440,000 now. Clearly bid it off, and now 450 to get your nose back in front. Call it 3 times. At 440 now. Taking 10s, Christopher. Good name, by the way. Best name of the business. Taking 10s. Come with me for 450, not taking 5s at the moment. At 440, 50, can I say, Chris? First call, 440, 450 where you need to be, Chris. Second call, 440, 450 I'll take, Chris, not 445. 450, can I say? Third and final time, at 440, 50 to get you back in. 440 I have, 50 I search. Appreciate the offer of the 5s. Hang on to the 5s. You'll need them later. I'll let you know when we need them. Taking 10s at the moment. At 440 the bid. Chris, come with me for 450, can you? At 440. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, timber floors throughout. SMIC appliances inside. 450 to jump back in. 440 is still the bid with you, AM9 the starter. 50 I search. Well, persistence beats resistance. I'll take the 45. At 45, let's go 55. 10 on top, AM. At 445, 55, I search. Bang. That's how you buy real estate. There's the competition, Chris. 55 the bid. Where do we go? Suggest 65. 55 I have. Clearly bid it off. At 455, 65 come back. At 455, first call, Chris. Against you. AM's got the bid. Second call, 455. Where do we go from here, Chris? Third and final time at 455. Where do we go, Chris? Suggest 65. 55 is the bid. Just want to remind you, Chris, what happens is if they're the highest bid and we're below the reserve, not taking ones, appreciate the offer. Not taking that. Will not take it. Appreciate the offer. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go with me a vendor bid at 65. At 465 vendor bid. Where do we go? 75 AM, I suggest. What about 75? 465 the bid. 75, can I say AM? With me, the vendor. 65, 75, jump on in. First call, 465. 75, can I say? Second call, 465, 75 AM. Third and final time at 465. Resistance beats resistance. I'll take the 71 on. It's only money at 470,000. Where do we go from here, Chris? At 470,000, clearly bid and offered. At 70 the bid now. Where do we go? Suggest 80. At 470, first call. With you, AM. Second call, 470. Where do we go, Chris? Third and final time. That's 470,000. Clearly bid and offered. 70 the bid. Back with me, the vendor at 80. At 480,000. Where do we go now? Let's suggest 90 here. At 480 the bid now. AM, come with me for 90. At 480. Clearly bid and offered. At 480. Going to call it 3 times. First call, 480. Second call, 480,000 AM. 90, jump in. I thought that might have been coming. I'll take it at 85. At 485 the bid. Haven't forgotten about you, Chris. Jump on in if you like. That's 485,000 now. Clearly bid and offered. That's 485,000 now. First call, 485. Second call, 485,000, Chris. Third and final time. That's $485,000. I'll tell you what, last vendor bid for me, 490,000. At 490,000 now, AM, where do we go? Maybe 95. At 490,000, first call, 490. 95 can say. Thanks for your participation, Chris. I appreciate your honesty. Second call, 490,000. 95 AM, jump on in. Third and final time at $490,000. AM, 95, can I say? Last vendor bid, I promise. If you put 95, I won't bid over the top. Trust me, I'm a real estate agent. $495,000. Give yourself the chance to buy the property. Because what happens is, if you're the highest bid, AM, no one else has bid. You're the highest bid. We deal exclusively with you. If the property finishes on a vendor bid, what that means is, unfortunately, you don't have an advantage. So what that means is, you're going to have to put your offer in and all the other offers can to short bid. We've got plenty of interest in the property after auction. So what's going to happen is you're going to put your offer in, Cam's going to go and call everyone else, and then the vendor's going to pick the best offer. $495, give yourself the chance, talk to the vendor and get it done. No more vendor bidding against me. $495 AM, can I say? Can I call it 3 more times at $490,000? Suggest 95. I'll tell you what. I'll take 2.5 if it gets you back. Can't be any fairer than that. 2.5 on top. Give yourself the chance at 490,000. First call. AM, 92.5. I'll take if it gets you in. Second call, 490,000. Third and final time, 490 AM, 92.5. Give yourself the chance to negotiate with the vendor. Won't vendor bid against you. You have my word. 490 the bid. Need to know. Are we in? Are we out? What are we doing? At 490,000. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. The Smeg kitchen appliances, stone bench top, timber floor throughout. All in the heart of Ringwood. A wonderful, wonderful location. Surely that's worth $2,500. I would have thought, AM. Give yourself the chance. You've done all the work. You've got the bidding to here. Now's your opportunity to capitalise on the work. But you've got to bid. If you don't bid, all that work and all that effort was done for nothing. Get 490,000. What are we doing, AM? Have I seen it best? Need to know. 492.5. Thank you. I appreciate it. 492.5 the bid. Call it 3 more times. That's 492 and 500. That's 492 and a half. First call. 492 and a half. Second call. Third and final time. That's 492 and a half. The bid with UAM, the starter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do there, we're just going to press pause, go speak to the owners. We'll be back before you can say cat in a hat. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure we can all appreciate. Big decision buying and selling the real estate. Few discussions going on back in the back of the office. Just want to confirm we've had an increase in the bidding. AM9, can you just confirm 495? There it is. Thanks very much. Clear instructions from the vendor. On the market, we sell away. No better bid. Congratulations, you're moving to Sherbrooke Avenue. Call us 3 times if you late bid. Jump on in, Chris. Now's the time to buy at 495,000. On the market, we sell. First call, Hammer Falls tonight. Second call, 495,000. Third, final time. We're selling. Have we seen your best, Chris? 100% you're out. Just confirm. Now's the time. I'll take $1,000 bid if it gets you back. Are you in? Are we out? Have we seen your best? Appreciate your patience, 8 and 9. Same courtesy to you, should you need. Chris, can you just confirm that you're out? I just want to make sure. 495,000. Appreciate your honesty. Thanks for your participation. I think you've bought it. We're selling, ladies and gentlemen. We're sold. Congratulations. Well bid, well bought. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move along to our next wonderful property that we have up for you this evening. 6/6 in New Street in Ringwood, proudly presented, of course, by the marketing agent, Josh Burkery, who's been handling your questions and queries regarding today's auction. We do sell here, ladies and gentlemen, by public auction. Do call for a 10% deposit upon signing of the contract, with the balance to be paid in 60 to 90 days' time. Wonderful property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 carport, hardwood floors throughout. You've got the single level, great for downside, whether perhaps you are looking for your first property, if you're a first home buyer, looking to start or add to your rental portfolio. It's a wonderful property in a wonderful location. It even has direct access straight out the back gate down into Mullen Creek and the walking trails and everything that we have on offer there tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, very similar location to Sherbrooke. Just around the corner, you've got Eastland and all the eateries. You've got the train station, of course, there. You've got Eastlink into the city. It's a wonderful location. Plenty of people wanted to get in there because of the location. As evidenced by how many people Josh has had come through the property and the interest. So I think I'll throw it over to you. Opening, bidder offer, opening. Where do we go? 6/6 in New Street in Ringwood. What's it worth? We can start anywhere you like, ladies and gentlemen. Does not bother me. I'm happy to start it like we did with the last one on a vendor bid if I have to. Where do we go? Opening, bidder offer, get me on the way. Okay, let's kick it off. I'll start it with the vendor bid at $500,000. That's $500, $500,000 with me, the vendor. $10,000 rise from there is what we'll take. That's $500 bid. Clearly bid off with me, the vendor. That's $500 bid. That's $500 the bid now. 510 we search. Call it 3 times. That's $500,000 first call. That's $500,000 second call. Third and final time. That's $500,000. Got to jump in, ladies and gentlemen, just like we saw with that last auction. If you want to buy the property, you've got to be the highest bid. At the moment, I know there is interest in the property, Josh told me. So at the moment, no one has an advantage. We pass the property on to the vendor bid, no one gets sole rights to negotiate. What that means is, as I said earlier, you throw your hat in the ring, the vendor will take the best offer. Not a very good strategy, if you ask me. You want to deal exclusively with the vendor. We saw in the first auction. If you deal exclusively with the vendor, you're more likely than not to buy the property. But to be able to deal exclusively with the vendor, you've got to bid. That's 500, 510 I'll take to give yourself the opportunity to have a discussion with the vendor. That's $500,000 now. I'm going to call it 3 more times. That's $500,000 now, first call. Jump on in and give yourself the chance. Second call, $500,000, $500,000. Third and final time. 500, jump on in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to press pause there. We'll be back before you can say Captain Sack. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of discussions going on behind the scenes. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it 3 more times. I've got clear instructions from the vendor. First call, 500,000. Second call, jump on in if you want. Third and final time. That's $500,000 now, still searching for that 510. Well, we're going to put a vendor bid in. Last vendor bid for me, $540,000. No further bidding. What we're going to do, we're going to move on to the next stage of our negotiations. I'm going to call it 3 times. That's $540,000 first call. That's $540,000 second call. That's $540,000 third and final time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, auctions are a process. They're not an event. There's plenty of interest in this property, plenty of what we would call conditional interest, people that couldn't get under auction terms. I know that next time you drive down New Street, you drive past 6/6, you're going to see a big sold sticker up on the property. If you have interest in the property, reach out to Josh. Otherwise, have a lovely evening. We hope to see you at the next Ray White Ringwood online auctions.